Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to make this amazing, one-of-a-kind, unique Kitschmas wreath. So this is everything that you get in the Kitschmas wreath kit. If you have not got a kit and you're just watching this to make your own, then it's really simple and you kind of just follow some of the ideas that I've got or make your own and stuff. So the first thing I think is really important is having a wreath hoop that has fixed kind of holes on it. So not like a metal ring or a hula hoop or something that if you attach something it might just slide around. It has to have places where if you attach something it will stay put. And I think that's because you want to be quite strategic where you place things on this wreath to make it look coherent. Then I've got 2 lengths of white tinsel and 1 length of iridescent tinsel. These are left over from our Christmas Selfieland that we made last year. Then here is a tub of paper pompoms, which are all handmade. And I've got a tutorial if you want to make these yourself, around about 14 in there. Then Kitty's building blocks. I've drilled 2 holes, so when you put them on the wreath like that, it sits nicely rather than if you were to just drill 1 hole and it kind of pokes out like that. I've made it so that all of the toys and things I've drilled into, the hole makes them sit nicely, so I've thought about it. The odd one maybe not as much, but because, for example, this one, it's got a hole right through her tummy, but she was already drilled like that because she was supposed to be on the Selfieland giant Christmas tree. I've got giant corn on the cob, so this is quite a focal piece because I had lots of toys and some of them were quite big, so I put at least 1 big toy in each wreath kit. So it's a real like mix of toys, but I made sure I've gone for kind of like retro, quirky, interesting looking ones. There's all my toys. It's a tub of Christmas baubles that are quite kitsch-esque, like that one. It's very kitsch. And also in the kit is a bow, which I've handmade. So there's another tutorial on how to hand make these bows, and a bag of reclaimed pom-poms. And this is the one thing I think will set the wreath apart from others, and some cable ties. So first thing we're going to do is get the paper pom-poms and some tape. So this is not included, but I've chosen electrical tape as a preference for my tape, but you can probably use any tape, but I like it because it's got a little bit of stretch in it, so when you stick the paper pom-pom on like this, it allows you to put it on and then pull it really tight like that. It stays nice and snug. So I'm just going to lay out all of these pom-poms and stick them on. Okay, so I finished sticking the pom-poms on. I've tried to use as little tape as possible, so there's lots of holes still accessible on the back. And I had a spare pom-pom I've put aside for emergencies, just in case when I finish it, it doesn't quite look even. Okay, so next I've got the tinsel. So I'm going to start with the 2 white lengths. But I'm going to wrap it where I can, like over the pom-poms, so it's not covering the back. So if I can, wrap it around pom-poms. So here I've got to cover the back bit because there's not quite enough pom-pom. Okay, second piece of white. Just a note while you're here, if you want to use this wreath outside, then you can't put the paper pom-poms on because they will just go all soggy and horrible. I forgot to mention that. Okay, so I've just wrapped the tinsel around and there's a bit of a loose end, so to finish the loose end I'm going to just cable tie it. Right, so there you go, I've cable tied the loose end. That's what it's looking like at the minute. So next thing is to add the iridescent tinsel. So this one I'm just going to wrap around and around. Okay, so the ends have just joined up, and I'm going to tuck the last little bit of tinsel just under another bit of tinsel. Okay, so that is currently the front. I've not cut the cable ties because I thought I'll cut all the cable ties down together, and then the back looks like this. You can't really see the holes, but you can feel them. So, okay, right, the next thing to do is to add the building blocks. So I think there's more toys and building blocks and baubles than you might need, but you can add all of them. But I thought it's better to add extras and just kind of see how you get on with them. So I'm going to add the building blocks probably on the white where they're kind of in between all the pom-poms, just to start padding it out. So I find it easier to put the cable tie through the brick or toy first and then attach it to the wreath. There's another tip. Sometimes you can't get the cable tie to go in one hole and out another. So when this is happening and it's not working, will kind of bend the end of the cable tie to make it a hook, and that normally helps sort it out. Okay, so I'm trying to concentrate on adding the bricks to like the very edges as well, just to make the wreath a little bit more bulky around the edges, so the toys that are going on it kind of get the prime spots, whereas like the bricks kind of go more around the edge. Okay, so I've added all those ones on. I've left the ones a little bit smaller because I think I might add those as I'm adding the toys, because aesthetically they're a bit nicer looking. So I'm just going to trim off all of the cable ties now. Okay, so the toys and the baubles I'm going to add at the same time to try and work out the best composition. I don't really think there is a best way to do it, but I'm just going to look for where there's like quite a nice gap and then choose the right things to go in that gap. So I feel like here it's quite a nice sweet corn size gap there. So if I lay out everything that I've got in front of me, and then I don't have to use everything, but I can see what I've got to work with. Okay, so anyone who's bought this in kit form from me, these baubles here have a hole in the bottom because I made them into a garland. So you need to thread the cable tie from the hole in the bottom to the top and attach them like that. Okay, so it already feels quite full and I've still got a lot more to add, but I think it's important to keep on going and just enjoy the challenge of trying to fit everything in it. Okay, so now I've got to this stage and it's quite full. So what I've started doing is attaching the toys and baubles that are left kind of to the actual other toys and balls that are on there, with making sure it's really secure though. So one that's on there like nice and snug, maybe just tuck the cable tie underneath an existing cable tie because it's getting quite tricky. Okay, so it's looking really full now and I've got these bits left to go on it. I've decided not to use this because I feel like it's just a little bit too big, but that's fine. And I still have this pom-pom, so I'll see if I can fit it in somewhere, but it's no drama if I can't fit it in. Here is my nearly finished wreath. So some people might stop there, which is fine, but I've got two more things to do to it. So originally I made this bow to go on the bottom, but I'm not so sure it works there. So I'm thinking about putting it up the top because I think it's way more kitsch to have a bow on top. So they all come with a little bit of wire on the back, the ones I've made. So you can just attach this somehow to anything that's kind of poking out the top. I'm just going to cable tie it to this block, like a mega block that's sticking up. Okay, so it's not in the perfect position yet, but I'm going to use more cable ties to just position it in the best position. Okay, so I'm happy with that position. I think once it's hanging up, I can sort of position it a little bit better. Next and final part, people might see this and think this is finished, and I would also say it was finished. However, I have a very last bit to add, and it's sticking pom-poms all over it with a glue gun, and I think this will make it much more interesting and take it like to the next level. All I'm going to do is get this, which is a little bag of reclaimed pom-poms, and a glue gun, and just glue them just in lots of little random places and just kind of fill it up. So it's almost like sprinkles on a cake all over it. So I'm just making sure that when I put the pom-poms on, I'm putting them on top of a different colour than the pom-pom. So this green one, I'm just putting on top of this little orange block there. Also using the pom-poms to hide any things like horrible looking cable ties and stuff. Okay, so I'm finding the more sort of randomly stuck on things these are, the actual better it looks. So rather than nestling in, just stick it on top of something so it sticks right out, almost like some sort of fungus growing on it or something. So little pom-pom there, just put it right on top. Let's go for this one and put it really awkwardly on top of that bauble. So I really like the challenge of finding the most awkward place to put these pom-poms now. So go against your creative gut instinct that tells you not to put something like here, right on the edge of Santa's beard. Right, ta-da! Okay, it's definitely unique. Wow, so much to look at. I do like the addition of the pom-poms. It makes it like really, it's like awkward. It makes it really awkward, but like kind of kitsch and yeah, pretty special.